Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Welcome back to Breezy the Teacher's YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing something magical. Can you guess what it is? It has to deal with water and how it may disappear from where it is. This experiment will only take about 5 minutes, so let's go ahead and get started with all of our materials. Today's experiment is going to be called Burning Candle in Water. So before we get started, let's go ahead and look at our materials. The first material that you're going to need is a plate, which will need to be a shallow plate with a little lip on the ends, or a bowl. You'll also need a clear glass, water, a candle, a lighter or matches, and then optional materials are food coloring and clay or Play-Doh. So before we get started, let's go ahead and make a prediction once you see all of the items in place. Here are the steps that we're going to need to do after you've made your prediction. Remember, the experiment is called Burning Candle in Water. So what do you think is going to happen? Here are the steps that we have to do. Number 1, place the candle in the middle of the plate or bowl. Number 2, which is an optional step, mix the water with food coloring. Number 3, pour water into the plate. Number 4, light the candle with your lighter or a match. And number 5, place clear glass over the lit candle and then watch. Since this experiment is involving fire with your lighter and or matches, please make sure before you start this experiment that you have an adult around to assist you. All right, here are the materials that I'll be using today in our experiment for Burning Candle in Water. Here is the bowl that we'll be using. Make sure that it does have a lip on top. Here is the clear glass, our glass of water, which we'll be pouring into the bowl, a beautiful set of sparkly candles, of course, any can do, and food coloring. I also will be using this small piece of clay to hold the candle in place in the very middle. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, per our instructions, the very first step was to place the candle in the middle of the plate or bowl. Now I've already pushed down my little piece of clay. This will help your candle stand up straight. Here are the pack of candles, and I'm going to go ahead and open them. What color should we use today? They're so shimmery. Let's go ahead and do, I think, yellow, because yellow is my favorite color. So we're going to go ahead and push that candle all the way in and make sure that it's standing up straight. All right. The next step said, optional, mix water with food coloring. I'm going to move this off to the side so we can see. Here is our glass of water. We are going to use blue food coloring today. So just a few drops, 1, 2, and 3. Look at that beautiful mixture coming along. I love to see it mixing. Let's go ahead and give it a swirl. And it'll mix all throughout our water. If you want to, go ahead and give it a mix with either a spoon or your finger. All right, after you're done mixing up your water, go ahead and pour it into the plate. This is step 3. Slowly pour it into the plate. You might get some on the countertop, so please make sure that you clean up your mess after you're done. Okay, so now we have the candle on top of the clay and our beautiful blue water. Kind of looks like the ocean, huh? Okay, so the next step said, light the candle. Now that you fully see the experiment going on, what do you think is going to happen? Make your predictions now. Let's see if your prediction was correct. Here we go. We're going to light the candle. Remember to have an adult around you during this part. Once you have lit the candle, make sure that it's fully lit. I would give it just a couple of seconds to make sure that the light is great. Let's go ahead and turn all the other lights off so we can really see that candle burning. Our last step, step number 5, said place the clear glass over the lit candles. So let's go ahead and give a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here comes the jar, nice and slowly, upside down, putting it over. Let's see what happens to the water. The candle is still lit. Oh my gosh, I see it happening. Something is happening to the water. Can you see it? The candle is now out. The water is beginning to disappear, and the candle is submerging underneath the water. That is called the burning candle in water experiment. Let's see it again in slow motion. Okay, here we go. We're lighting the candle once again, letting it burn for just a minute. Oh no! All right, we have our candle ready. If your candle burns out, just make sure to keep lighting it. So here we go. We're going to watch this experiment again. I have the jar, slowly putting it upside down over the candle. Let's watch it in slow motion. All right, there's our experiment. Burning candle in water. What did you think? Was your prediction correct? Let's go ahead and release the water. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just to prove to you that it did go all the way inside. I hope that you get to try this experiment at home. It was so cool to watch. Make sure you go back and watch it in slow-mo one more time. If you do try this experiment at home, drop in the comments what you thought and were your predictions correct before you did the experiment. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Breezy the Teacher's YouTube channel. Please hit that subscribe button and I will see you next time. Happy Friday!